Here we go. This is the lag nearest to the top rail. Will break first.
Well, they look like they're going to be two really good lags. I thought Josh's was enough. I knew Oi's was good. You won't see
first rack.
You won't see him change that break location here to start anyways. Just broke beautifully in the semifinal.
Oh, where's the cue ball going? It's tracking. Oh, it's just caught the point.
Yeah, and I tell you, especially on the openers, on the 50-50 kind of shot, saying you could play safe or, you know, can attack. For the most part, he stayed very, very aggressive. Of course, 5 or 6 breaking runs, that kind of tells that story. Can he cut this and beat the 9 ball here? Can he go by the 9 and then back over for the 3 up top?
Yeah, that shot looks to be the shot that he's looking at. What I have noticed about Naoyuki Oi, the couple of times I've come back in the venue today, he's been the only one in the practice area, both times.
Yeah, I tell you, I used to spend a lot of time on the practice table in between matches, and I think he's just not changing much, you know what I mean? Just stick with what he's been doing, and okay, he's going to elevate, so he's attacking.
That was a really good shot.
Yeah, got it to the thick side of the pocket, which really helped the cue ball get above this red 3. And I don't think it's as much like sometimes some players looking to bury a big shot to get started that you see on the screen now. He can still ease it, but he could get thin on the 6.
Well judged. Just fell in the pocket.
Yeah, this will be on the lighter side. And I think that, you know, just all those little shots he's shown us so far is a, you know, kind of a product of spending all that time on the practice table and just not second guessing what you're looking at and how the arm's feeling. And talked about the lag being huge.
Yeah, it was Naoyuki Oi who won the lag, and he started off this final from where he's left off with a break and run.
Whatever it may be that he's so good at pocketing the ball and so lethal from all kinds of places, but I think really
extension's cool.
He's become so good tactically. I think that's what's sent him and Federer Gorge to the best 2 in the world.
Yeah, and it kind of shows you the position he's in here because he's actually used his extension on the push-out.
Well, interesting push-out, going further away from the pink. Maybe the jump's not an option. Is he looking to swerve at this a hair? Well, he made it a less ball to jump over. I think if Josh was going to get it, maybe he's playing the kick shot.
Difficult to keep the cue ball on the table. He's not got much room for error.
I think it's easy to let the 1 go also.
Foul stroke.
Oh, that's unlucky, Jeremy. That's quite unusual where the cue ball just slowly follows it through.
Yeah, he needed a little more cut on the 1 to the pocket is what he needed. Probably not too unhappy the way he hit it. But you see, he pointed past the 4 where he wanted to land the cue ball, hitting that mark ideally.
Scottish Open is what Jeremy's alluding to. Duan Kwang was the winner of that event last season.
Scores are tied 1 rack each.
Nineball's going close to this corner. How close? Well, he may well be tempted here, JJ.
Well, with the 3 near, he'll kind of look at this angle on the 2. If he can get on a kiss shot on the 3, it's pretty easy. Combination on the 3. And he definitely wants to get it something early. The 7-8 is a problem. He could play this so many ways.
Season.
Scores are tied 1 rack each.
Nineball's going close to this corner. How close? Well, he may well be tempted here, JJ.
Well, with the 3 near, he'll kind of look at this angle on the 2. If he can get on a kiss shot on the 3, it's pretty easy. Combination on the 3. And he definitely wants to get it something early. The 7-8 is a problem. He could play this so many ways.
Extension called.
That was a real nice combination from Joshua Filler in rack 3. It's a quick rack, and he leads this final 2 racks to 1. Well, he's laid a good hook there, hasn't he, JJ? Because it looks like he's cut this rail out of the equation, the rail that the pink ball hit.
I think he can get there. He just can't get there with a lot of speed. And Josh is happy with the execution of the safety, but I think Naoyuki Oi pretty happy to get back to the table also. You may be right. I think he can get to that rail, but has to put a lot of spin to dive the cue ball at the pink, and maybe doesn't see much future. Awkward thing is it's all ball fouls, and if he goes up table, he's going to want to hit like a center ball here. You don't want to hit a high ball.
Foul strike. Ball in hand.
Yeah, you could have kind of seen him there when he was down on the shot. He just hesitated a little bit. We're just double checking the angle.
Extension cool.
This is what Josh does. I mean, he just immediately puts a lot of pressure on you, making you feel like you got to play perfect pool from only 3-1 down.
Yeah, 27 years of age. His opponent is 42. You'd be thinking,
All right. This is going to settle, so it's nothing easy. Nothing easy at all. I mean, it sounds crazy, but I mean, the middle of the table's fairly open. The safety very difficult. Okay, he's going to elevate, so we'll probably get a little action on the pink with the blue 2. Boy, what a hit. Holding the cue ball from that distance, a great shot.
this has landed in a position where Filler's going to relish the challenge here. He's been quite patient from what I've seen, but he'll be tempted by smashing this ball in and try and get the cue ball off the top rail.
Yeah, maybe short side here. Just go by the pink, one cushion. Otherwise, chop on the 2 and just come back down.
While he's holding his hand up, Joshua Filler does not need any help from the pool gods. The pool gods is what we call it when you get a bit lucky. Look at this one.
Yeah, fortune favors the brave, right? But I can't quite tell if this is too thin. Looks like he's going to play the safety behind the pink. very natural shot here, and he'll utilize the 5 and 9 to cover up the 3 as it comes to the bottom cushion. It's going to leave a gap, I believe. Not much.
Kind of just getting the vibe that rack number 6 is turning out to be a big one. Close again. It's close again. And it's found Naoyuki Oi with a 2-rail kick to stay at the table, and he's got a shot on the pink 4.
Yeah, and if he can get out here, you know, you may see a little chink in the armor moving forward for Josh. So
Extension.
even though he got away with those misses for the man from Japan's campaign, it's got to go.
Yeah, he drew the cue ball out as well, didn't it? Yeah, look at the cue ball. Would have liked it to come a little closer to the 6. Well, what's he left? Can Filler go rail first? It looks like he can. That is a big, big miss.
He's been catching the 1 pretty thin, but still getting a reward of some sort.
Yeah, a little bit like the semi-final. Not always putting the 1. I know the ball was going in and seemed to be getting a shot on the lowest ball.
Yeah, and this is one that he fell behind the 1 ball a little bit, which makes everything really easy with the 2 hanging. You can play this really light. Cut it a little more, make sure you don't pocket the 1. He went in and played for both. This could get a little tricky. I was really shocked he didn't slow roll that ball.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jeremy.
Yeah, he could have nipped the rail first on the 1, guaranteeing the 1 to hold up.
Extension call.
Not only that, if the 1 does fall, he has a look at the 3 ball, excuse me.
It's amazing how many times a player kicks a ball deep in the pocket, and when you see the replay, it's almost like, how did it miss?
Yeah, especially after you saw a little chink in the armor, per se.
Detected a little bit of body movement there.
Yeah, and this is all how you hit the pocket, because he's got to come 2 cushions and get down for the brown, but he doesn't want to fall straight. That's got to go. That's got to go. And that's the worry of falling straight right there on that bottom cushion. And he's got to reach over and just nip this on his right side, trying to use the 9 as he comes 2 cushions up the table. Still going to leave a pretty easy kick and stick probably if he does get the snooker.
Extension call.
Now you go aggressive here and try and come 3 rails behind the 8, Carl. Because you are going to leave a pretty easy kick, even if you, like I said, even if you do get the snooker.
Yeah, this was always a shot that back in the day just seemed to struggle with. It's like I couldn't see the edge too good.
Yeah, well, I like to use the spin a little bit more here rather than just a flat ball. And that's why sometimes you disregard the 7 and go ahead and get to that top cushion. That's a look of concern to me.
He went for the pot there. It was way off.
Yeah, I liked him shooting for sure. I think he's carrying the cue ball up table, but again, he's had some kind of bad misses here in the last 2 racks.
Yeah, it's important Naoyuki Oi slams this ball in the pocket now. Come on, enough's enough. You've won plenty of matches this week. You're playing well. Let's see this one disappear. Disappear, it did not. Needs to travel. Needs to go behind the 9.
Watch out for the 9. I think it's a little high. Can throw it, but
This can be made, Jeremy, can't it? Wow.
yeah, he's got to hit it hard and thin. Can he avoid the scratch?
I think he makes this, Jeremy.
Yeah, that's why he's jacking up. He's going to dig, trying to catch it real thin.
That's a bit unfortunate for Naoyuki Oi, but fortunate for Filler. Left to straight combo.
This is where he's so good, even jacked up. He hits the stun so cleanly, gets a lot out of the cue ball. Doesn't really reduce the pocket like a lot of players on this type of shot. And then also understands how great he recovers also, so doesn't put the pressure of having to get the perfect position. Drawing 1 rail between the 6-9 back over for the green.
Yeah, can he avoid the 9 ball?
Yeah, I think straight draw stroke here, maybe a hair of right English. Oh, he caught the 8.
Could have been worse, Jeremy, where it's finished.
Yeah, absolutely. Great players get up for these big shots.
You could see how close the cue ball was to the 9 ball there. Wonderful. Bit fortunate to leave that pot and the angle, but you've still got to get down and execute it. And execute it, he did. It is another rack for Filler. Jeremy, what has Naoyuki Oi got to do? What's he thinking there? Obviously, is he going to be thinking about that 6 ball a few racks ago?
Yeah, I can't believe he didn't apply some inside spin there. You're really putting a lot of pressure on yourself, not only to hit that ball thin to the upside of the pocket. I don't know what he said exactly. I'd like to know, though.
I think it was, can we start this final again?
Yeah, but also he's hoping the connection on the blue 2 and the cue ball really don't cling at all at a light speed. Come across into the 9.
Just look how clean it went in. Great pot. Full of contact would have left an easy pot.
Yeah, all these balls he knocks in just shows you how rare those easy misses are for the lefty.
And I see the jump cue again here. You can go off that right rail.
Yeah, I don't mind the right rail myself, but I'm not as good with the jump cue as the players today. He's kind of got to go forward, though, and jump in 2 balls. I like this decision. Uh-oh, corner pocket. See you later.
Foul strike. Ball in hand.
Well, it seems to be written in the stars.
And please start.
So that's kind of the same.
Joshua Filler is now in double figures. He just needs 3 more racks.
I think the 7 does pass the 9, so he's got options. Playing the stun, 1 rail out to the center.
Extension call.
Couldn't avoid the clip on the 9 ball. The main thing is the cue balls come high enough to still pot the 8. Just not really seen Oi at the table, have we, much in this final?
Yeah, was it a break and run to start? It's almost deja vu, but the wrong kind of deja vu of what he did to Daniel Masio, really. Just always felt after those first couple games, he just felt a lot of pressure from Filler.
Yeah, now Joshua Filler is just a couple of racks away from playing.
Tour that most of our finals have been incredible matches. When they have been one-sided, it's been incredible performances, and I think you can put that in this and that category as well.
I'm not saying that was the most difficult of combos, but he just always hits it right, doesn't he? Always hits the correct part of that ball on them shots.
Well, one thing that he mentioned earlier that a lot of players don't talk about is their stance and how much he has been concentrating on that. And I think when you're getting into a good stance over and over, you don't second guess as much. You don't really adjust the line on the cue. Little shake of the head, but should be okay, Josh.
Clean as a whistle. Who could have predicted this score? Joshua Filler is on.
Well, the 2, is it going to? The 2's still on the table, so Oi will come out of his chair. It's been a minute.
The crowd don't want to see the end of Naoyuki Oi just yet.
Yeah, always the sportsman and the gentleman, and recognizes it's probably not going to be his night here in the final, but giving a little back to these awesome fans in Bosnia Herzegovina.
You know, obviously, it's looking like for this final, we don't quite know what score it's going to finish. But is there an air of embarrassment for Oi, do you think? You know, the scoreline. Obviously, he's in the final. He wants to do well, trying to win this big tournament, and he's won 1 rack.
I don't think so. I mean, You know, there's a couple shots he wants back. There wasn't a ton of missed balls. He really missed that 6 balls all. He missed position a couple times, missed some safeties, of course, but it wasn't just like blunder after blunder. And how can you be embarrassed with the pool he's played all week, right? I mean, he's got to hang his head high, and like he did a couple years ago, probably make a lot more deep runs as the year goes on.
Yeah, and always made a few errors, but Phil's had a few useful nudges to go his way as well, along with playing well.
Yeah, just 3 or 4 times that Josh really didn't get any kind of punishment, and therefore Naoyuki Oi really didn't get the ball rolling on his end to maybe put a few racks together. Can't see enough of the 1 to bank it onto the 2, I don't think.
Extension.
The reason I say that about that shot, because it looks like the safety is very difficult. Is he cutting this? Oh, he did have enough room.
Well, what a chance he's got here. He's attacked the table, and why not? He felt like the 2 ball was a big ball.
Yeah, that's the shot I liked. I just didn't know if he could do it, but he brought the cue ball down nicely. 2 cushions between the 3 and 6, and really, this should be curtains.
Yeah, over the years, Joshua Filler, when he's been on the hill and he's had a small chance to get the victory, he usually does get the victory.
Doesn't have to get perfect on the pink. He's a little worried about going into the 8 with the cue ball, maybe. Oh, he got by the 6 easily, so now ideal on the pink. We'll see what kind of angle, if an angle, he plays on the purple 5 to get back on the green 6. That's the last task, really. Kind of like the angle to draw the ball 1 rail between the 6-9 is what I like. But may have gotten a bit thin, so he may just float 1 rail between the 8 and 9.
Yeah, he's just coming round to make sure he gets the cue ball past that 9, so he can still pot the brown 7. I believe he's got that. He's just 3 balls away. We've had some close finals on the WNT. We've been very lucky with some quality play. And this is going to be a landslide for Filler. He's done a number here this week. Joshua Filler. And it's Joshua Filler with an absolute dominating win over Naoyuki Oi. Who's seen this coming? 14 racks to 1. Joshua,